Okay, so now we're going to talk about something, it's called nature therapy. Has anybody ever heard of that? But okay, yeah, cool. Okay, so it's a study, University of Ohio has a really cool study on it, but a lot of people have done studies. And basically it's like, when you interact with nature, you feel better. Whether it's having a plant in your apartment or like a picture of the mountains as your background on your phone, or like actually going out and being in nature helps you even more, and it increases how you feel, like happy, or like it makes you feel like more peaceful. Anyways, there's a lot of really cool benefits through nature therapy, and it's really cool because for us, we can go and we can enjoy those benefits anytime we want, right? We can just go get like several buddies, go up Sundance and go camping for the weekend. But another interesting thing about nature therapy is it's actually super effective for kids. And little kids are more likely to go out in nature and feel even happier. And the problem is with that is they can't always do that, right? They can't just gather their buddies and go up in the mountains and spend a night. They can't do that. And so what they need is they need for us to take them. So that's why I'm going to talk to you today about the importance of going camping as a family, because they can't do that alone, and getting that nature therapy to those kids, that's how you do it, is you go camping as a family. And if you go camping as a family, you can enjoy child health increases. It also gives more opportunities for children who have disabilities, and there's a greater impact for our environment. So the University of Ontario has a study, and it was these kids who, they chose kids with cancer and their families, and they took them out into the woods for a week, and at the end of the week they asked them, how do you feel? And every single kid said, I feel better. Even if their symptoms didn't change at all, their diagnosis didn't change at all. Camping can't cure cancer, that's an obvious fact. But what it did is it made them feel better. It made them have a higher outlook on life. This is me. This is a picture of me my freshman year. My dad told me and my brother he'd give us $10 if we swam across that lake. And it's a glacier lake and it was freezing. But we both did it, and I still remember to that day, that was the day my brother called me his friend for the first time. And now that's me and him, we are BFFs. He's like in my YSA and he lives like 20 yards from me. We're inseparable. And I think that was an opportunity that really started it. And that's another thing you can get. These kids, they feel better, but you can also have this opportunity to make them feel better with your family, as siblings, as parents, as a family. Also, kids can't go themselves, right? But also you have this whole other spectrum of these people with disabilities. You have adults. I know in my family I have a cousin with Down syndrome, and he is 23, but I know he couldn't go camping by himself. So we've got to go into our families and make it so these people with disabilities can go as well. It really can help them with physical, emotional, and mentally. There was a camp with people with disabilities, and at the end of this camp, they talked to these people and asked about their experiences, and one said, it was like a vacation where I got to try new things. I tried everything, even if I wasn't sure I could do it. And they got to get outside their comfort zone. People who'd never gotten out of their wheelchair before got to zip line down through the trees, something that can really affect these people and make them feel better. It gave them confidence, which is super cool. This is a picture of me in Moab. This was right after I did my first free climb. And I'm terrified of heights. And it was actually a really big deal for me because since then, because I overcame that, I've been able to do summits that I never thought, I never imagined I could do because I'm just so afraid of heights. And as dramatic as that picture is, I was actually super pumped. It was just absolutely incredible for me. And it is true, when you go out and you face these things, you can overcome so much out here going camping and going on these different activities. Another really incredible thing about camping is beyond our personal growth, beyond our growth within our families, it can help us as a society as far as teaching our kids how to respect nature and teaching each other, learning from each other. Richard Baldoff of Texas A&M, he did a study on how teaching kids about the environment can affect their outlook on it. And what he said is training children allows them to be sensitive and aware to quality of life. So basically what happened is they went out camping and they were talking to these kids, and they taught these kids, all of a sudden they became super aware of the grass, right? Dies by feet, grows by inches or whatever. And then they slowly grew to like, oh, now we're gonna start thinking about these animals that eat the grass, right? And they moved to when they start to think about the quality of life of people. It moved over to where all of a sudden you had these 11-year-olds asking why they had kids in their school going hungry and what they could do to fix it. This was an incredible change. I know we get all these young people in this room who are talking about big issues and want change, and it's super awesome. And so to be able to teach our kids and our younger siblings and people, just our kids, to carry on that legacy is just super, super, super important. And taking them out in nature and teaching them about this circle of life, give and take, our impact, its impact on us, it really comes full circle. This is a picture of me. This is called Delta Lake in the Tetons. And this is supposed to be just be a 6-mile hike straight up, still pretty rough, and it turned into 10 miles because we didn't follow signs and we didn't listen and we thought we were so cool and we could do it ourselves. And it just was so unnecessarily hard and long because we didn't follow signs. So since then I've learned a lot that that's what you do. You follow signs, you respect. And that's the greatest thing about camping is you learn from every time you go. And if you go as a family, you can teach each other, learn from each other, and help the health of your kids. You can give other people who can't do it on their own a chance to go out and try it and have this nature therapy, and you can teach them to enjoy the great outdoors and work on creating just a better world for everyone. Thank you.